All right. Woo. Gotta get a haircut. What's up, folks? Life with Brock here. Going to just do a little live hangout, sporting my figure game. Shout out to James. Thanks for the shirt, player. Let me switch this around. I'm gonna wait until a few people hop in here. I hope I made this public. I'm going to be working on just ideas for a custom spot. If you've been following me on my Instagram, you know that I recently was watching one of Glenn Webman's video. If you don't know who that is, he was a very important YouTuber to the, especially the Marvel Legend community that passed away tragically a couple of years back. And anyways, I was looking at one of his customs and I was really motivated. I like the character, the spot, the superpowers, and I go, you know what? I got to do one. So that's what I'm going to be planning here today. Let me see if this feed. Last time I tried to go live, the feed was actually pretty poor, and I killed it. Looks like I'm getting a commercial on my own channel. How about them apples? What's up? Who's up? Who's up in this? Who's up here? Who's in here? Doesn't. Oh, here we go. The Toy Thief. What's going on? Nightwalker. The Lord Draco. What is up? So, as I just mentioned, and I'm going to get going on it. I'm sure some other people will hop in. I'm looking to do the spot, and I am going to use this bullseye as the base body. I already have a couple of ideas of what I want to do for accessories, but first things first, I want to find a good head to use for this figure. Do you guys have any recommendations, those of you that are in the chat right now? What's up, Silver, for golf? So I definitely like this body for the spot because as I thought about, here, let me just use this Spider-Man. I am thinking about using this as one of his heads, as the spot's head. But this is, I believe this is the KO body that unboxing art set with that guy over there, and some other things for me a few months back. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to be using one of my Spider-Man, one of my Pizza Spideys for the display with the spot. And as I remember him at least in the comic books, he was a little bit thicker bodied than Spider-Man. So I think that's going to work. What do you guys think? Silver for Golf says he's not familiar. Why don't you go look him up real quick so that way you can see. Actually, you know what? I'll do that right now. Let me bring up some of the pictures that I found. Give me just a second to bring it up here. The spot. Marvel. Just Googling it, and I'll get some images up. If you go check out my Instagram, I do have a picture from, I think it may be a comic. Oh, almost lost the light there. Let me bring this up right here so you guys can see it. So that's the character. There was a game, I think it was called Portal, that the characters there had very similar powers. So what the spot's able to do, and I love this, and I'm going to try to recreate, I'm going to have this as an accessory for sure. There's no doubt about it. I need to have this. So part of my goal today is to find a head that I can shave down and do this effect with. But as you can see, basically this character, and I forget his last name's Ohm. I can't remember his full name, but the story goes that this guy, he was working for, I think, Tony Stark, and Tony Stark fired him, and he was trying to go into different dimensions. Well, he was able to go into a different dimension, and I can't remember who it was that hired him. I'm not sure if it was Hydra, if it was Doc Ock. I know he's worked for all those people. But anyways, he goes into this different dimension, and he thought it was, I forget the name of the dimension. You guys would recognize it if I'm not recalling it right now. But anyways, it wasn't that. It was actually the spotted dimension. And it was his own dimension. And when he comes back, he came back with a white body with all these portals on his body that he could maneuver. And as you can see here, Spider-Man tries to hit him, and wham, he gets back hit in the face. This is a really just a neat character. I think it's a pretty simple custom to do, and I'll talk about at least how I'm planning to go about it. Glenn already did it. Go check out his channel. Here's another photograph or another illustration of Spider-Man coming into the dimension, the spotted dimension, to catch the spot. But he did his custom, several years back. I remember seeing it before, but I happened to run into it. Here's some other folks that have done custom spots. So as you can see, it's essentially just going to be a white body with black circles. I think what's going to make this custom cool are going to be the accessories. Let me see if I can just bring up Glenn's real quick. There it is. There's Glenn's, at least part of it right here. You should definitely go check out his video. But yeah, man, I definitely gonna be. I'll have multiple accessories, at least the way I'm envisioning, and I think I should be able to complete it, or I do a lot of it this weekend. And I have Monday off as well, so I'll have Monday to work on it. Let me see if I can have any other pictures. Definitely go check out the YouTube page. This may just be bringing a bunch of Glenn's customs. But this is the one that you want to go see. I'll play it without sound. That way I won't get hit with a copyright strike. I am just trying to display his work, and I really don't know how that works. Let me fast forward it so you guys can check it out. I'll check the comments in a second. I'm not able to right now. But he made this custom. Let me see, when did he make this custom? So he put this out in 2011. He way ahead of the game. I think that may be a Bullseye body, the old Bullseye. He talks about it here. Let me see what other accessories he did. It does look like it may have been that Bullseye body. I think that it was that. I thought he made some other accessories, but you can see it right there. That's essentially what I'm gonna do. I may do a wash like he did here, just to bring out the muscle so it's not lost in the white, because that white paint, anytime the light hits it, it's gonna definitely wash out all the details of the figure. So I'm planning on doing that. I really liked what his result there. I may actually paint it an off-white. I haven't decided yet. But where this figure stands out is definitely going to be on the accessories, and I'm going to try to replicate that one. I think that may be just the only accessory he had. But like I said, he was ahead of the game. He did this, way back in 2011. All right, let me get back to looking at the comments real quick. Let me swing this back around. So with your help, if you guys are willing to add your 2 cents here in the chat, and you may have done so already, and it needs to be heads that I have. I feel confident that I'm going to be able to find at least 2 or 3 heads that I can use, either for the variant heads on this sculpt. What's up, Dead Grin Customs? So Blizzard, that's why I have him here. That's definitely a head that I'm considering using. I'm also considering using Shocker's head. I'll just leave that down for a second. Nightwalker suggested the Blizzard's head. Yep. ¿Qué pasó, Rafael? From Mexico, joining the chat. Let me see, Rashawn. What's up, Rashawn? He looks a little bit bigger than Spider-Man, so that's what I'm going for here. He's definitely the Bullseye is, as you can see, the musculature. It's a thicker body. It's going to be about the same height, maybe a little bit taller. I don't know. No, I'm about the same height. What's up, Urivana? Iron Man's head. I guess I can repurpose an Iron Man head. Let me see what I got here. I'm gonna start bringing him out. Deadpool base. He uses the same body as this. I guess we could use the head sculpt. Let me just bust out some of these heads that I have. I'm just gonna bring them all out. Got quite a bit. And I need something that I'm just gonna be able to shave off the front or use. The Blizzard head is definitely in the running. Let me see, is this even, yeah, this is just painted on. So I may use the Blizzard head either, because I do need one that's look at you can actually tell the expression on that face. This is a pretty neat face. And I do want the ears showing. So that would be an easy repaint right there. What I like about the Shocker head is that it gives me one eye open, one eye closed. Doesn't have as much expression as this guy. But just imagine, black circles around those areas. It'll stand out. But the expression is a little bit better on this guy. So one head, I definitely want that black circle with the Spider-Man's arm coming out. So one of these faces I'm going to have to shave down. I'm planning on using a magnet. So let me put these off to the side because those are definitely in the running. I think this guy's going to be too big. I mean, I got a bazillion heads here. She's not going to work for that. All these larger heads won't work. This guy right here, I've used them. This is a phenomenal face sculpt, by the way. If you saw my Silver Surfer custom repaint and magnet, when I magnetized the board and the feet, I used this head. I'm actually thinking about doing another Silver Surfer, and if I moved Bullseye out of the way, you can see. Can you guys tell who I'm thinking about doing? So I may be using this head for that custom, and I think I'll be working on that this weekend too, because that's just going to be, I have to prep the joints, and I ended up, I have some black paint, but I ended up getting this. I know I'm switching topics here. I'm supposed to be talking about the spot, but I'm going to mess around with this paint and see. I think I'm going to get a pretty cool look to that. I'll wait to see if you guys can figure out who it is. What's up, Special K? I do have an extra Deadpool face. Not in this. Let me just sort through these real quick. I'm going to bring this down so you guys can see what I'm looking at. No. That's for my Captain America. I think I'm going to have to go look for, I don't know why this may be something I could use. I'll put that one aside for when eventually when I get a body to use with that guy. Future custom. I don't want to use any of these. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring out my masked heads. Those may work better. That may go in the Black Manta when I mess around with that extra Black Manta that I have. What's up, Stigma? Lord Draco, let me see. He may be used the Toy Biz Moon Knight body. Oh yeah, that's true. He may have used that body. Very similar to the Bullseye body. And I don't have that Moon Knight in front of me, so I don't own that Moon Knight at all. None of these. These are going to be too large. I got like 3 Bullseye heads. It's Winter Soldier. think I'm gonna do a Hyperion. I saw somebody do a black and gold one recently, or is working on one. I forget. I think it's Ace. No, not Ace. Ing on Facebook. So none of these are gonna be good to go for what I'm looking to do. So let me get these out of here and let me bring out the mast heads. What's up, E? By the way, I had a trade for that left arm that went bad. So if you guys have the left arm to the lizard, I'm looking to finish that that Build-A-Figure. And I initially, I got this, I purchased this guy, and I wasn't thinking about keeping him, but the more I've had him here, the more I like the figure. So I think I'm gonna complete it, and then I'm gonna mess around with them. Let me put these back down here so you guys can take a look at the other heads that I have. Obviously the Spidey heads are out, because I would have to do too much sculpting, or excuse me, I don't want to sand too much. But I do have a ton of these Spider-Man heads, because I made that 6-arm Spider-Man when these guys were on sale. Yeah, I got a lot of those unmasked heads. I don't know what I'm ever going to use them for. They're there just in case for a future project that I can't envision right now. That's the McFarlane Spidey head if I ever get a broken Spider-Man body. Todd McFarlane body. Nope, none of these. I suppose I could, since I have a couple of these, I could just shave this head down. So I'll put this one aside. So you were asking if I had an extra Deadpool one. I do, but I don't really want to use that. This is such a good expression on this Deadpool. Those cheekbones. That if I ever make myself a gray Deadpool, an X-Force Deadpool, I have the head to use. Can use that. That's what I got for Bane right there. Oh, I just realized I didn't pay attention to this head sculpt when it came in the mail. I should have paid a bit more attention. I should have told the seller that the sculpt came out bad. Man, that just makes me have to do more work. Got a bunch of these bullseye heads on this face right here. Guess this is one that I could use. Let me put that aside. Oh, you missed that update, Stigma? Go check it out. I think I have a full video on that. And I definitely have something on Instagram. The finalized product of how the magnets were working. I think these heads are going to be too big. This is one for another custom that I'll be doing eventually, if I ever get to it. I think, no, I think I'd have to shave here. I'll be too far back, and then I may have to do some sculpting, and I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Now this is one actually that I may be able to do. Let me see it. Let me put it aside because that's a maybe. No on those. Another UK spider head. Okay, guys. Let me put this aside. Let me bring out these heads. So here's what I'm thinking. Let me see what you guys are thinking before I give you my opinion. What's up, Ace? The movie's about to watch. Peace out, Special K. Oh, you have, you'd still have the leg I gave you, Nightwalker. Yeah, I have the leg. I just need that arm. Jetta Patrol, what's crack-a-lackin'? If you're still in here, I'm trying to catch up with people in the chat. All right, so I definitely like the Blizzard head for it. I like the Shocker head. And then these screaming. I guess I could have a screaming spot, couldn't I? No, because you know what? The mouth is always covered. So these heads are going to be for that guy. And I don't think anybody came up with who that is yet. You would have had to have, if you're new to comics, you would have had to have been reading the Thanos comic to know who I'm making right there. The Spider UK, since I have extra one and I can't imagine what else I could use that for, and I have some extra ones that I could use. And I think I may be able to use this one as the shaved off one. Let me bring that so you guys can see it again. All right. And then the other thought is the Silver Surfer head that I just realized I could be using. So I want a head that's kind of formed like that I can just shave the front. That's a possibility, although this has a more of a jaw on it. I certainly can use this guy. For that head, but he just, the face is so expressive that I hate to lose that expression in here, because if I painted it, I could do highlights. I mean, for a different project, I don't even know who it would be, but there's just so much expression in this masked face, whereas this guy does not have a lot of expression, except I like the way the eyes look. So I may keep this guy for the just the plain face with the dark, you know, I'll do one, like two black circles here, and then I'm leaning, maybe this is what I use for that. I can definitely cut this guy off right here, it wouldn't be an issue. Because I have a bunch of these faces. And that would be just an easy shave right there. And he does have the, except that, notice that his ears are out. All these guys' ears are in. Am I gonna have to sculpt stinking ears? So then, now this one is better because it already has the sculpted ear on the outside. And I've tried to sculpt ears, and as easy as that may seem, it's not that easy. I suppose I can cut the ears and paste them, or glue them on, I should say. Oy, oy, oy. Let's see what you guys are saying. All right, here you go. I just saw something over here. Who is... The Lord Draco is telling me to add a magnet. Yeah, I'm planning on adding magnets. This is how this figure will have a lot of magnets in the accessories. But I'm just really just trying to plan the head right now. So the decision needs to be made. If I go with a masked face like this, the ear's internal, but the way, at least that those are, man. Yeah, I guess it could be fudged a little bit with the ears internally. Like some of these don't have the ears. Like here's the cartoon one. You can't tell, but there's an outline to an ear there. Here's another custom. That's a different variation of the spot. I don't really like that one as much as the classic looking one. Some other customs. I really like Glenn's. And I think maybe part of the reason why I like the Blizzard head sculpt is because it actually looks like the face, the angry face there that Glenn's does. Am I right? Very expressive face. So I think I'm definitely going to do, this one is going to be used as just the regular standing head. Decision made on that. Now I got to figure out which head am I going to shave down. See, the cartoon guy had ears on the outside and had a mouth like that. So that's where this would not be the best to use. But if I were to shave this one down, I guess I could sacrifice a head and see how it looks. Maybe that's what I'll do. All right. Let me get back to your comments. So you want me to, let's see. All right. How about I read the comments since I've been saying that's what I'm going to do. Nightwalker says I should use the UK spider head. And actually, we should actually test them out. I may not be able to test them out on the neck peg because they won't fit. Obviously, we know the bullseye head's going to fit. These are not going to fit naturally on, but as you can see, this one will sit down a little bit further, but it's a good size. I just need to make sure, Dremel it down a little bit so it can fit in that peg. So that's definitely going in. This guy won't fit in right now, but you can kind of see that the size, the size may be a little bit on the large side. This may be a little bit too large for my liking on this body. This one would work. I would be shaving a lot of this face off. I think the chin sticks out too much. So that's going to be a no for this guy. That could work, but then I would have to shave down the eyelids here, or the eye, whatever you want to call it. But I'm thinking, man, that initially I thought I was going to keep the one eye closed, one eye open. I may be using this as the shaved down point. You see how this UK head is way larger? Urivana says the Blizzard has more wrinkles and it will stand up more when painted white and washed. Toy Thief says you can shave the face down a little bit, but on the Screaming head, it's Silver for Golf. It's not the Savage Silver Surfer. It's actually not a silver color at all. I'll give you a hint. It's going to be a black base on it. Make Ninja out of the blue head. Spot. Stigma is who I'm trying to make. How can I take Marvel Legends Face Off like the movie Face Off? There you go. Ace says, by the way, Ace is a customizer, and he actually, I think he's most likely more advanced than where I'm at currently in my level of my ability as a customizer. You go check out his channel. He doesn't have much out there, but I think he's going to be putting out some stuff. No pressure there, Ace. You can try cutting and transplanting the ears. I did it quite a few times instead of sculpting and then sanding the glue to fit the spots. That's my thought. I'll just have to cannibalize some of these figures. You know what? I can use some of these other head sculpts that I may never use on another figure. I just like this head sculpt a lot, but I already have one screaming head, and I have, obviously for Bullseye, and then the Silver Surfer. So there is too much that could be had in one's collection. So I may be transplanting those ears. I'll try to sculpt them for practice. Kicktoy says that he would use the Bullseye one. Let's get to shaving down his face. Easy, player, easy. This is just the planning stage. The Blizzard head looks a little small, you think? I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's going to be fine. And remember, this is all going to be white. And then just the black spot. So it will change the look. I think it fits fine. At least for my taste, anyway. Spot is a cool character. Go check out his Instagram, and Ace says. Let me see. Needful Things make press molds out of green stuff for their ears rather than ruining a whole head. Well, son of a gun. You know what? I actually have some blue stuff that I haven't used in quite a while. I forgot I had it. And if you wanted to go check, you can make molds out of stuff. So maybe I will do that. Maybe I'll do that, but I'm going to be doing that stuff off camera. Silver Surfer in the back, going to be the fallen one. Correct. Ding, ding, ding. The Toy Thief is correct. That will be the fallen one. I'm planning on taking it a little bit differently than I did with the last custom. I think I will be making some effects, like some, traveling through space effects, similar to the statue. I can't remember who put it out, but there's like some blue and purple, not flames, but it's like cutting through space effect. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with that. Might just have been the camera. Blizzard head looks a little bit better the second time. Blizzard head same size as the Bullseye's. I have custom ninja thing using his head on that body, or at least the start of one. All right, so I think it's been picked. This is going to be the standard head that I'm going to go with. And so since I have 30 of you guys in here right now, you saw the circle effect, right? I'd like to get some of those. I do have some plasticard. I may just make it out of plasticard. If you guys don't know what plasticard is, let me see if I can bring one up so you can see. I remember where I put it. All right, so this is plasticard. Let me take one out. So these are essentially thin sheets of plastic. In this one, I think I have some thicker ones, but I can easily cut these into ovals or circles. Let me see. I thought I had a thicker one. I think at the end. So these can be easily cut. As you can see, the thickness level is, I don't even know how to say that in, what would it be in millimeters. But I'm planning on, that's what I'm going to use for the circle spots. I was thinking it'd be nice to get like some sort of metal circle, so it's already, I can just, all I would have to do is put the magnets to the figures, to the figure parts for the effect. If you can think of something, rather than me cutting up this plastic card, which is what I'm going to do, that's the plan, cut this up, paint it black for the effects. If there's something metallic that I can use, like maybe even those fridge magnets, if they still circle fridge magnets, then that may actually work as well. What do you suggest? What's up, Rashawn? Yeah, that's essentially, it's styrene. So then I would make, I'm gonna, pull these off, and then I'm gonna use this Spider-Man that Unboxing Art gave me. By the way, Unboxing Art is also a YouTuber. He just hit 1,000, the 1,000 sub benchmark. If you want to go check out his channel and see if you like his stuff, go check him out. But he sent this to me a while back, and I think I'm just gonna be using this arm right here. This arm, possibly some of the legs. I don't know. We'll see. How long have we've been going? About 36 minutes. How many of you have never taken a figure apart? Kicktoy, the effects, since Spot, essentially what he can do is he can make portals. So that's what I'm going to be making, portals of where he can get himself through a body parts through. Like he can, there's a scene that Spider-Man's trying to punch him, so his arms into his body, but there's a hole coming out of his face and it's punching Spider-Man. Spider-Man's essentially hitting himself. And so that's the look I'm going to be going for those effects. I've seen that Oyumaru stuff. It's essentially the same stuff that's called blue stuff. It's probably the same material, just one's colored blue, the other one's white, because it's reusable, just like you says. It softens in hot water. And I've made, if you go back a few videos, that's how I made cable. When I was working on that cable, I made accessories for cable, extra guns and stuff for cable out of that stuff. All right. So if you guys haven't taken a figure apart, I'll show you with this right now, and then I'll end the stream, because this is just a brainstorming session, hangout session for those of you that like to jump on. And I had to do it because tonight I'll be having dinner with the parents and won't be able to do the hangout later. So what you'll need to take this figure apart, you'll need like a metal object. I use this, I think these are watch pliers. I got this at a swap meet. You could also use a, let me see where my punch is. You can also use a punch. Again, it's just a stronger metal. This is one that you can press down, and it should spring. Maybe I have it too tight here. Stand by. Is this losing it? You tell I'm not a tool guy, but anyway, this is, it has a little bit of a give. So what I'll do in a second is I'll heat this sucker up, and then I'll punch out, or I'll press out the connecting piece, the joint connecting piece, this little plastic piece, and you'll see it. Let me get my my wife's hair dryer out. You can also do this with hot water. I'm going to do this off camera, And a lot of you that do customs, this is really basic. This is basic level. If you want to do a custom figure, you need to know how to break them apart. I do have videos showing how to crack a figure open. I won't be cracking this figure open right now. All I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these limbs apart, these pegs, the arm pegs, I'm going to be taking them out. But first, what you want to do is you want to soften the plastic around the peg. So I often make the mistake of just putting the heat straight to that peg. Well, you don't want to soften the peg. What you do, you want to try to soften the plastic around the peg. As the plastic heats up, it'll expand, and then you'll be able to, I'll be able to press out this peg typically without any issues. So let me do that right now. Do about 45 seconds to a minute. So this is very soft, as you can see, very soft. And then you want to go to the side that has the smaller side of the peg. You can see that this is smaller than that side. And you just want to start pressing on the peg, pressing the peg out, and you can see it's already pushing it out on this end right here. Trying to catch it on camera. There you go. The peg comes out and the arm comes loose. You can also do this with hot water, but I just find it that the method that I'm using is fine and good enough. Now, I just want you to notice some of these pegs, when you do this, will get damaged. That's if you put, and I've made this mistake so many times before, I'm just thankful that I remembered right now. When you're putting the heat, don't put it directly on the head of the peg. Put it on the plastic, or at least try to direct. Think of directing the heat to this is the plastic you want to soften up. So what I'm eventually going to do, and since I've decided it's going to be this head, I'm going to cut this arm pretty much. I might cut it right here at this line. And then once I shave this down, I'm going to put a magnet in this end, and I'm going to put a magnet on this side too. And then it'll essentially look something like that. It'll like it's coming out of his face, just like you saw in that picture. And Spider-Man will be punching himself. Be a cool accessory. It'll be something I can take on and off if I wanted to leave just the face with the big circle on it. A lot of options for photographs or anything like that if you guys are into it. This is going to be a fairly simple custom. Is there anything else that you guys need me to cover? Those of you that are interested in trying to do some customs yourself and you've never done it. So here we go. So there's different ways of doing things, guys. My way is just my way, right? The way I've found, the way I learned, the way that I've been successful at doing it. But Ace, another customizer, he says he always uses hot water, or he says normally. He doesn't have to get the heat gun or dryer, less likely to melt something. Just water in a mug for 68 seconds, then put in the figure for a bit. So there you have it. So you can heat up a cup. That's the way he likes to do it. And he's right. There's a less likely chance of melting things. For me, I've damaged so many of these little pegs because I've added direct heat. It's softened. This plastic will soften too, even though it's a little bit harder than the other plastic. But I've damaged a bunch of these, and so I've now just when I remember. when I'm taking off the figure. I try to put direct heat to this part, not on the outside part right here where it would be getting the peg more. At least that's the way I think about it. So, but one way is not better than the other. It's just different ways of doing it. Try both and see what works best for you. Needful thinks he's going to use that blue stuff, or he says he's never used that blue stuff before. Oh, what's up, Art? Kicktoy says the old Bugs Bunny portable hole effect. Exactly. Lord Draco says he saw the cracking the action figures video first. That's the first one he watched. Where were you? Did I upload it somewhere on Facebook? And that's where you saw it, or did you just see it off of here on YouTube? I'm trying to get on different platforms just to see which one is the best platform to do. I just started a Facebook page to see how that goes. Because if I can make a video and I can upload it different places and get a bigger, wider audience of people that want to do the customization, I'm down for it. Matter of fact, this channel, I didn't even do customs. I didn't even show customs, I should say, when I first started this channel. This channel started as a toy hunting channel that my daughters pretty much encouraged me to do because they thought I was funny. So I did that for a while, the toy hunts, and people did think I was funny, at least the majority of people. But I just got honestly burnt out on doing those and doing these live streams. There's less editing to do, and I do have less time. When I was doing those, the majority, when I started gaining, I guess, more viewership here on this channel, I was doing those toy hunts, but I was off of work for a bit, which just allowed me to do more content. I had obviously more time at home, and that's why I'm really not doing those anymore. And I got burned out with doing them. So Art says he's never seen a figure being taken apart. I do have a video. It's called something like how to crack a figure open or something like that. It was probably filmed a couple months ago. I have a playlist on the channel called Brock's Customs. Go check that video out. What's up, Matt? Fire-breathing Pentacorn. What's up? And Lord Draco says he saw the video on YouTube. Cool. All right, guys. So I think I'm going to end the stream right there. Thanks for hopping on. And I think what I'm going to do now off camera, or off live, I should say, I'm going to start working on this figure. So I do have to start shaving down the joints, getting this figure prepped for paint. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make just an individual video, probably like a 9-minute long video of how I put this figure together. And we'll see when I'm able to release that, hopefully this week, at the end of this week, or maybe for next week. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.